Today we're going to be talking about how to write inequalities, and our essential question is, how do you write an inequality with variables on both sides from a verbal description? Okay. So first, when you're writing inequalities and you're reading inequalities, you're looking for the words like greater than, less than, more than, to know what kind of inequality you're going to use. Okay. So you're going to write a simple inequality in the words. Okay, so an example: when will Marcy earn less than Sarah? One way to write that is like this: Marcy is less than Sarah, right? Because you're wanting to know when will Sarah have more, right? More than Marcy. Another way you can write it is with Sarah and Marcy flipped and the sign flipped. Okay, Sarah is greater than Marcy. That's another way to write it. Okay, so we're going to look at 4 word problems, and we're going to write out an inequality for each one of them. Okay, so first we're going to write this right here. 3 times a number increased by 20. So we have 3 times a number. So 3 times a number will be like this, 3x. Increase is going to be a plus, so we have a plus by 20. So by 20 is more than, and we know more than is going to be another word for greater than, which is this symbol right here. Okay. And the next part of the equation will be twice the same number decreased by 10. Okay, so twice the same number, so we have 2 times the x, and we're decreasing. So decreasing, this word right here means that we're subtracting 10. Okay, and then this would be our equation. Okay. So quickly, let's go ahead and solve it just so we know how to solve. So we would subtract 2x on both sides. Okay, so we got 1x plus 20 minus 10, and then we would subtract 20, and we get 1x, our symbol, and then negative 30. So our answer would be x is greater than negative 30. Okay. For the next one, we have 16 take away from 3 times the number is less than 4 added to 5 times the same number. Okay, so I'm going to do this part first, the first part of the equation, the inequality. 16 taken away from 3 times the number. So I know this is 16 taken away is going to be a minus. 3 times the number is going to be 3x. So we're actually taking away 16 from 3x. So we're not going to write 16 minus 3x. We're going to write 3x minus 16. Okay. Now we have less than. So less than is going to be this symbol right here. And then the last part will be 4 added to 5 times the same number. So we got 5 times the same number, and we're going to add 4. Okay? And so this is how we write that inequality. For the next one, let's have a word problem. And it says, Mr. Morgan wants to paint several rooms in his home. Painters Plus charges a flat fee of $275 plus $50 per room. And the other company, Paint for You, charges a flat fee of $75 plus a $150 per room. Which inequality can be used to determine how many rooms Paint for You can paint before its charges will be greater than Painters Plus charge? Okay, so right now we're comparing 2 companies. We're comparing Painters Plus and Paint for You. Okay. So for Painters Plus, I'm going to highlight that in blue. We have a flat fee of $275 plus $50 per room. So I know my per room is going to be my rate, so I have 50x, and I'm adding $275. That is my equation for Painters Plus. For Painters for You, let me highlight that in orange. It has a flat fee of $75, but it charges you $550 per room. So that'll be per room, that's going to be our rate, our slope, right? 150x plus 75. Okay. And they're saying how many rooms Paint for You can paint before its charges will be greater than Painters Plus. So they're saying, when is this one going to be greater than Painters Plus? So there's different ways we can write it. We can write it like this. That is one way to write it. Or we can switch them, put 150x plus 75. That Painters for You is going to be greater than the Painters Plus, which is 50x plus 275. Okay, so either one will work. Either this one with the less than or this one with the greater than. Okay. And in our last example, we are going to do another word problem. It says Nick earns a monthly salary of $3,000 plus $4% commission on his sales. And Ian earns a monthly salary of $2,500 plus 5% commission on his sales. Which of the following can be used to determine the amount in sales that Ian must sell in order to have the salary greater than Nick's salary? So we're comparing Nick and Ian. Right, so let's do for Nick, he has a salary of $3,000 plus a 4% commission. So 4%, I need to put that into a decimal. And to write that as a decimal, we're going to move our decimal place 2 over. So it'll be 0.04. So we're going to use that 0.04x, right, plus your 3,000 salary, right? And for Ian's, it's going to be 0.05, right, because this one over here, that's Ian right here. He has 5, so we will move the decimal 2 places to the left. So we have 0.05. X plus your 2,500. Okay. And then we're looking at when Ian must sell in order to have a greater salary than Nick. So greater than Nick's. So we're looking at Ian wanting to be bigger than Nick, so we're going to have a less than. Nick is less than Ian. We're looking at that. Or you can write it the other way, where we flip Ian and Nick, and we got 0.05x plus 2,500. It's greater than Nick, which is 0.04x plus 3,000. Okay, so you can have this one where it compares Nick to Ian or Ian to Nick.